morning. My name is Mandy Winders, and I'm a member of this congregation. On behalf of Reverend Dave Dunn, our Director of Religious Exploration, Lexi Tangney Brown, our Music Director, Alex Peach, the ushers, and our technical team that's making today's live stream possible, I would like to welcome you to the Unitarian Universalist Metro Atlanta North congregation, which we lovingly call UUMAN. UUMAN is a liberal faith community with the mission to nurture our spirit, strive for justice, and transform the world. No matter who you are, who you love, or where you are on your spiritual journey, all are welcome here. Welcome to all that are joining us remotely. For any visitors who are here with us for the first time in person and you're comfortable doing so, would you please stand and tell us your name and where you're from so that we can get to know you better? Do we have anyone on my left that's joining us for the first time this morning? Anyone on my right? All right. We have a few announcements this morning. Our second hour programming will begin next week. Second hour runs from 11:15 to noon, concurrent with our children's religious exploration, and offers the opportunity to further connect with one another. Though there will be different programming each week, next week we will offer our Sunday service reflection, and Reverend Dave will be kicking off a new class titled The Prophetic Imperative. You can sign up on the website, the UUMAN calendar, or contact Reverend Dave, or you can simply drop in next week. You can sign up for Children and Youth Religious Exploration using the QR code on the bulletin board in the fellowship hall. This year, you can make a direct difference in the life of an undocumented student in Atlanta. Freedom University, a college preparatory freedom school for undocumented students in Georgia, would like your help in providing transportation, instruction, and fundraising assistance. Volunteer drivers are needed for Saturday in-person classes that take place at from 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock. These are tremendously fulfilling and highly needed volunteer roles. Please contact Reverend Dave if you're interested in participating. And now, please join us in either extending a hand of friendship with one another, or if you feel more comfortable in doing so, you're welcome to extend an elbow bump of friendship as well.
It's so good to see you all. I'm starting my 8th year of ministry here after being on vacation for a month and study leave for a month. And I missed you all, and I see some new faces. Maybe this is the first time, and maybe they've been here for a while. And well, we hope to welcome everyone who wants to come here. So it's great to be back. This morning's call to worship is by the Reverend Deborah Hafner. She writes, "Happy New Year. Happy New Year for our beloved community. Happy new school year. We gather together at the start of this new church year as people of many ages, as people of many sexual orientations and gender identities, as people of many races and ethnicities, as people of many theologies and religious backgrounds, woven together in our love for this community, with our hopes and dreams and prayers for the year before us, with our hearts and minds and spirits ready to be touched by the year before us, with our hands and time and talents ready to be offered in the year before us. We gather together at the start of this new church year with gratitude and love for those who have come before us, for those who stand here with us, and for those who are not yet here. Come, let us worship together. And now let us light our chalice together.
Please join me in reading the chalice lighting words. Fire and water, ancient opposites, sun and ocean, the cradle of life, dancing flame and dancing river, we invoke them today as we kindle our chalice flame. And now please join us in standing if you're able and singing hymn number 1000, Morning Has Come. Alex will play through one time, and then we'll join together in singing.
Thank you, Alex. It's great to hear that again. Once upon a time, in a time that was both this time and not this time, at the turning of the 8th moon of the year, 4 women came from the 4 directions, and they each carried a pitcher of water taken from their community. And when they met, they congregated around an empty vessel, and they were united in desire to share their hearts with one another. The youngest woman came from the east, and she carried with her the spirit of the air. And as she poured her water into the vessel, she shared stories of her home. These were stories of small children playing, excited children running around, young people falling in love. And as she shared the story from her heart, she laughed, and drops of liquid joy came from her mouth and went into the vessel. And the 4 women paused to honor the stories of the East and the spirit of the woman who shared them. The mother came from the south and carried with her the spirit of fire. And as she poured her water into the vessel, she shared stories from her home. These were stories of the hard work of being a young mother, the hard work, the stress of raising families, and the stress associated with a change in leadership in their community. And as she shared her story from her heart, a drop of sweat formed on her brow and fell into the vessel. And the 4 women paused to honor the stories from the south and the spirit of the woman who shared them. From the west, with the spirit of water, came the sovereign woman. And as she poured her water into the vessel, she shared stories from her home. These were stories of the passing of loved ones and the grief and loss that those who left behind felt and continued to feel. And stories of the great pains that we've inflicted on one another as people. And as she shared the stories of her heart, a tear of sadness formed in her eye and fell into the vessel. And the 4 women paused to honor the stories of the West and the spirit of the woman who shared them. From the north came the elder woman, and she carried with her the spirit of the earth. And as she poured water into the vessel, she shared stories from her home. These were stories of peace in solitude, gratitude for nature, the changing of the seasons, the phases of the moon, stories of acceptance, rest, and renewal. And as she shared her story, a tear of joy fell into the vessel. And the 4 women paused to honor the stories of the north and the spirit of the woman who shared them. Now between these 4 women was a vessel filled with waters of joy and happiness, change and transition, grief and loss, rest and renewal, all mingled together in harmony. Blessed by the women through their reverence and love for one another. What was an empty vessel was now a vessel of compassion. And from this vessel of compassion, each woman drew forth small portion of the water to carry back to their communities, to share that spirit of compassion, love, and reverence with their community.
Now is the time in our service when the love that binds us together is spoken aloud. If you are so moved, please feel free to come forward, drop a pebble in our bowl, and express a joy or sorrow that you may have. For those of you attending via our live stream, if you have a joy or sorrow that you would like to share with us this morning, please type it into the chat.
Good morning. I missed y'all faces. I'm Lexi Brown, and I just had a baby 2.5 weeks ago. I look pretty good, don't I? I just wanted to thank the community, and especially my care circles that have been bringing me food, lots of delicious food. Donna Guile and Mike Chambers, Erin Romano and her daughter Clara, Frances Clark and her spouse, my mother, Mary Beth Stevens, Rosie Pop and Bob Pop, Carolyn Lee, and today Kelly Cowan. So, thank you.
I'm Randy Blosh. I've been a member of this congregation for over 20 years, and this is my last Sunday. Starting next, but it's joy, because starting next week, I will be the intern minister at the UU Fellowship of Statesboro and the Unitarian Universalists of Coastal Georgia in Brunswick. I would not be there if it were not for this community. And the love you have shown me and the way you have held me up as I've gone through this journey, and I can't thank you enough. And you will be with me. And I may steal that story next week because I'm supposed to do the story of all of it. So, yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all.
Hi, my name's Lynn, and I'm a member of this congregation. And that story that was stolen was from Katie Gelfand, who was our religious exploration director in our church in New Orleans, where Seth and I used to go. So it was very special to hear it for us, because we've heard it before. So I have 3 pebbles of joy. I'm not going to be here the next 2 weeks, because I'm going to be traveling up north to Pittsburgh, PA, and Wilmington, Delaware, for 3 very special birthdays. My one and only great niece turns 20, and this is important because she's the only one to carry on our genes. My mother had 6 kids, but she's the only great-grandchild and will be the only one. So she turns 20. My son turns 40, my one and only child, and my mother turns 101. So yay.
I'm Joanna Bush, and I am so joyful that I have cleaned off my porch. Yeah. And for me, it's huge joy. I did it. I moved to Atlanta, got a new job, got a new place, got new friends.
My name is Catherine, and I am quite happy actually to be back in high school this year, and I am extra happy to have my brother joining me in the same school. So it'll be his freshman year, and we have never gone to the same school together, unless you count elementary school. So I'm so happy to be sharing that experience with him.
All right, and I'll drop one final pebble for all the joys and sorrows that are still too tender to share this morning. And may we keep one another in our thoughts in the coming week. In an effort to fulfill and further the vision and mission of this congregation, we ask that our members and friends bring forth and share their many and varied gifts. With this, we will now take the offering. Those streaming and those in person may use the Givelify app.
Were you reading that, Alex, or did you improvise? What's that? Wow, that was awesome. I thought I heard things that wouldn't be in a book there. We accept this generous offering, generously given by our beloved members and friends. May we use it wisely and judiciously in service to our mission. And now we will be reminded of our mission and vision of UUMAN by inviting our board president, Mike is here somewhere, and Shelley Negrani as our program council chair.
Good morning. Today we reflect on the transcendent values we've chosen as a congregation: wonder and awe, connection, love, courage, and justice. As we embark on a new church year together, we rededicate ourselves to our mission to nurture our spirit, strive for justice, transform the world. We begin anew.
Today, we rededicate ourselves to the vision of this congregation, to be a vital and visible community for all, bravely working toward the day when social, economic, and environmental justice is a reality. It is through the shared ministry that we undertake together, the work that we do with love, compassion, and patience, that we hope to make this vision a reality in our congregation, in our community, in our nation, and in the world.
Let us honor the commitment of all those whose bold vision and steadfast love have brought us to this day. None of us ministers alone. We are here with and for one another, strong currents in the roaring river of life that we cherish. Now, using this water, made sacred by this very same ritual in years past, we charge this vessel. And may it bless us in the years to come. From the Tao Te Ching, the highest motive is to be like water. Water is necessary for all living things. It asks nothing in return, yet humbly flows to the lowest level. Nothing is weaker than water, yet against those things that are strong and hard, nothing can stand in its way or surpass it. May we all learn the ways of water. Now we understand that not all of you are here today with water. No worries. As Unitarian Universalists, we encourage the exercise and use of our imaginations. So please feel free to participate in this ritual imaginatively, virtually. All are included. All of us means all of us. Now, let us be still together in this moment. Close your eyes if you wish. Now, holding your container of water, real or imagined, connect with that part of yourself that lies deep within, the part that is undefined by anyone save yourself, the self that you know to be just exactly who you are. Now take a moment and think about all that your heart brings to this community this morning. Your hopes, your dreams, your prayers. Let the love flow from your heart until you are filled with its energy. Let your water absorb the sacredness of you and that which you love. Imagine this water, which we will soon mingle, holds that energy for you and for all of us. When the waters merge into one, we are once again brought into the embrace of this loving community. Now, let us join together in a moment of shared silence. Amen. And now we will commence with our mingling of the waters ceremony, and we will be led by 4 of us. They will come forward.
We bring waters from the 4 directions: water from the north, from icy seas and frozen lands, water that commingles and is part of the water of the globe. Bless these waters, that they may be healing waters. May the waters make us new. May those representing the north come forward and share a few drops of your water.
bring waters from the east, from monsoons and sacred pools. Bless these waters that they may quench our thirst, now and evermore. May the waters make us free. May those representing the East Bloc come forward and share a few drops of your water.
Thank you.
We bring waters from the south, from summer showers and warm lagoons. Bless these waters that they may bring us back to ourselves. May the waters make us whole. May those representing the south come forward and share a few drops of your water.
We bring waters from the west, from dry places, water especially precious for its scarcity. Bless these waters, for they restore us to community once again. May the waters make us one. May those representing the west please come forward and share a few drops of your water.
Good. Thank you, Randy. May this water that holds and carries the spirit of all that we are, all that we love, mingle in sacred communion, and bless all that it touches in the years to come. And now please rise in body or in spirit for the singing of hymn 1007, There's a River Flowing in My Soul.
Now let us extinguish our chalice together. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Peace, joy, love, tears, strength, it's all in there. It's all bound up in the sacred waters that we've mingled today. May these waters sustain us, nourish us, and extend us into new realms of possibility. May it measure a love that we hold dear in this community. Go in peace and enjoy your week.